Okay, everybody. Welcome to Untamed with Chris O and Super Frankie. You know the podcast there where we bring on amazing guests from all walks of life. We bring on artists and musical artists. We bring on former politicians who write books. And today we have an amazing guy. He's a Canadian actor. He's been around for a while, doing a bunch of different roles in a bunch of different movies and films. Mr. Grant Nickalls. Thank you, Grant.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Grant, for coming on. Love it.
My pleasure, Frankie. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So Grant and I have done radio shows and stuff together over the years, and that's where we met. But we really want to talk about his acting today. We want to talk about Welcome to Derry, brand new
Chris,
show.
how do you know anybody famous?
He still doesn't, Frankie. Trust me.
It's he spends too much time with these rich guys in Muskoka. I think that's what it is.
That could be.
But for any of the listeners that are listening outside in the world, Muskoka is where all the fancy cottages are north of Toronto, and Chris is kind of the king of soccer and socializing out there.
There you go. Well, the soccer part for sure.
Where do you live?
I live just between Huntsville and Bracebridge, so I'm in the Muskoka area as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you look like one of those rich guys.
Well, looks can be deceiving, my friend.
Awesome. So I wanted to ask Grant. So this new show, Welcome to Derry.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of your role in it? What are you playing?
I play a police officer, Officer Wallace, in the small town of Derry.
Yeah.
So Welcome to Derry, obviously it's based on the Stephen King franchise, and this is the prequel to the first It film. So this is taking place in the early 60s.
I read it. I remember reading it. That was awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I mean, the whole process was a little bit frustrating at times because we started it right at the end of COVID, and then got through all of that and all the screenings and stuff, and then the filming went on, and then there was a huge industry strike, so everything was put on hold for a while. So a little bit frustrating, I'm sure, for production because there's a lot of children in this show, right? And as you know, the children's appearance can change dramatically within a year.
Yes, 100%. Now, was this the one where, did you film some of this in Canada?
Yeah, all this was filmed in Canada. This was filmed in Port Hope area, Hamilton, and Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Hamilton last week. I had no idea this is becoming Hamilton North, Hollywood North. I had dinner with Ricky from the Trailer Park Boys, and he kind of explained to me how incredible Hamilton is from a filming and television standpoint. I had no idea. So
I filmed a lot there.
Really?
And a lot of it is the tax break, right? They can get tax breaks and stuff, so it costs them a lot less money to do a production in Hamilton than it does in Toronto. And plus, some of the problems in Toronto now, especially downtown, you just can't get around. Like there's not, to set up a film crew and all those trailers in downtown Toronto. It's doable, but it's a lot less stress going to areas like Hamilton.
Yeah, and in terms of the tax break, what does that mean? Like the city gives some kind of number that should...
Yeah, so and also that's one of the incentives. I don't know how it's happening now with our friend to the south of us, but it used to be that a lot of American productions would want to come to Canada to film because the difference of the dollar to begin with, and then a huge tax break for filming in Canada.
And was your dream to always be an actor?
Not at all.
No.
No, I was like a typical, I was sent to an all-boys boarding school because I had three very intelligent sisters, and I didn't fit into that mold. So they wanted to find out what was wrong with Grant.
Yeah.
So off to a boys' school I went, and I was just a typical, I enjoyed playing hockey. I played lacrosse growing up. I was just a bit of a kind of sports mentality. And the drama teacher at the school asked me to audition for this play, and I'm like, not a chance, man.
Yeah.
I'm not auditioning for some play. I don't know anything about acting, but I ended up doing it. I got the part and I was hooked.
And you enjoyed it. You like being on stage. You like doing the play. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
I think a
awesome.
lot of people, that's what happens to them. Not that I'm in any way interested, but I've also been in a career for a while, and I never thought I would like to be on stage. And I think once you start to get hooked on it, it
Hmm.
becomes a thing. Even just doing these podcasts, even just putting yourself out there. I think some people like it. I
Yeah.
like a bit of the attention. I think that comes with that, right? I
Yeah.
think you enjoy that,
Yeah,
or
and like kind of what you said with the podcast. I mean, you're taking a risk. You're putting yourself out there. You know,
Yes.
yes,
that's how we learn about ourselves, I think.
yes.
I agree. I agree.
So
Here's
I,
just
sorry, Chris, just
I,
one
yeah, yeah.
quick question I always love to ask. So I dealt with some mental health stuff, and
Mhm.
I suspect that a lot of mental health stuff, and I suspect that actors do often. Do you find that that's something that you have to deal with? Some anxiety sometimes, and I just like to ask because I think it's important for people to know that actors, business people, they do have these kinds of things. So I like to bring that up whenever we have a little podcast.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, 100%. I deal with anxiety, and I guess it's the same in the business world, but with acting, you're told no a lot more than you're told yes, right? So
Auditions, in
yeah,
terms of auditions.
that can take a toll on you when you're constantly, as you said, putting yourself out there, and then it's just like, no, it didn't work out. So that can be a bit much of time. But yeah, definitely, a lot of people think that it's the people that are in the arts, or especially in acting, that they're kind of like, oh, look at me type people, but most of them aren't really.
No. Well, when you say the nose, it's funny. I had dinner with Marlon Wayans in L.A.
Nice.
Six months ago, and it's funny. He's best friends with one of my friends, and he said I kept getting nose, and he said, throughout my career, I would go into auditions and I would see Will Smith there, and I would just walk out because I think, why the hell am I here?
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm sure. And my wife has a friend who's an actress, and she said that's a lot of times you're like, why am I not getting this role? Like,
yeah.
and I feel like this is perfect for me. And you get that no, and you're like, this is
Hmm.
strange. So, yeah, I'm sure that could take a toll. I guess I never even thought about the auditions part.
And but a lot of the time, and that was the hardest thing to realize, and I've realized it now. A lot of these decisions are out of your control.
Yes.
I've realized now that all I can do is be prepared, do the best audition that I can,
Yeah.
and the rest is, I used to like stew about it. I used to like, why isn't the phone ringing? Texting, emailing the agent, what's going on? But now I realize just that the way that it is, that a lot of these decisions, they're out of my control, and
Yeah.
it's just the way the industry is. And then it's weird. There's auditions where I'll leave the room or whatever, and it's like, man, I nailed this, and no.
No.
And then there's times where I'll do an audition and I'll be like, man, I just made an absolutely fool out of myself.
Yeah.
Like you're a horrible person, Grant. You've got no talent. You should stop doing this. And then the phone rings and you find out you got the part.
Yeah.
That's funny how life is. Chris, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, no, it was a great question you asked, and Grant gave a really awesome, elaborate answer, which I appreciate. And you know what? And I was gonna say the nose, even like when you're doing sales, like Frankie or whatever job you're in, or you're applying for new jobs. Like right now, I'm in the process of my next career move, right? Which I
Yeah.
announced on LinkedIn, so I can say it publicly, and my dockside employers know this, and they're trying to help me, give me good recommendations and references. Um, but you're putting yourself out there and you're getting some no's back as you're going, and you start to
Yeah.
go, oh, am I good enough? Am I like I thought that was a great point that you made, Grant.
Right.
Like it can totally take a toll on your
I think.
confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like in sales, 9 no's get you that one yes. So yeah, then your
Yeah.
averages get better, and then you
Right.
Yeah.
just so I'm very used to the no's getting slapped in the door. Chris, so
Yeah.
you were at Dockside. So I played golf with Jordan Beto the other day,
Yeah.
who owns a Toronto Star. So I don't know if that's up your alley, but I can always send a resume if that's kind of in your realm. Sorry, that's off topic, but
Off topic, but
uh,
we'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk about it off podcast. Yeah,
yeah.
like, we can
But you're
figure
always
that
cutting
out.
up the podcast anyway, so
Yeah, I might take that part
Oh,
out. I might,
oh
or I
yeah,
might leave it because
leave
frankly,
it. That's how
leave it.
life
I'll leave it.
works.
We're raw. We're raw
We're
here. We
raw.
like to be untamed. Actually, I had a question for you, Grant, along the
uh-oh.
lines of your acting, and I wanted to know what are like your one or two most favorite roles or projects you got to work on over the years?
Oh man, that's a hard one. One of the most memorable was probably Dirty Work, the film, that a bit of a cult film, Dirty Work, directed by Bob Saget, and Norm
Yep.
Macdonald was the star. I mean, Chris
Yep.
Farley was in it, Artie Lang was in
Wow.
it, John Goodman was in it, Gary
Dirty work,
Coleman
it's
was in
called.
it. It was just packed with like a crazy cast. And I showed up there on set, my first day, and I'm looking around and I'm realizing I'm the only person here. I'm a no name. Like, I'm surrounded by all these like comedic geniuses and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what am I doing here? My first day on set, I'm hanging out with like Chris Farley and Norm Macdonald. And it's just like, it was so surreal, but that was awesome.
Those guys were awesome.
Oh yeah.
Is comedy what you like, or what do you like? Are you a comedian, by the way?
I no, I'm not at all. That's why I was so shocked about that role. I mean, I enjoy comedy. I enjoy the timing of it. I enjoy that process. But no, I'm especially now in my career, now it's a lot of like angry white guy. It's a lot of like,
Is that right?
I'm either playing a cop or I'm playing a criminal. And if I'm a cop, I'm a bad cop. You know what I mean? That's just,
Okay.
and I don't mean anything on a racist level about that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's my hit these days is just kind of like,
Angry white cop.
angry white man,
Yeah.
but that's fine. It's
Yeah. Whatever pays the bills, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, back in the day when I first started out, most of my credits are all like kind of, love interest things, love interest in the TV shows that I worked on, the boyfriend of the leading lady, that kind of stuff. But, as we get older, things change. But it's been, I don't know, I kind of enjoy going into some of those darker roles.
Okay. I don't know your age, but you look like you're about 45. You say as we get older. How old are you?
Well, thank you, my friend. I'm 10 more years. I'm 55.
Wow, you look great. You got
Yeah.
great skin. Yeah, you look great.
Well, thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, he's a handsome fellow, eh?
Yeah.
He's got the actor look.
Yeah.
But I don't know, as far as the other roles, Chris, to answer your question, I mean, that was one that always sticks out in my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also excited about this new thing, Welcome to Derry. I've got another film coming out in the new year called Ready or Not, Here I Come, with Samara Weaving's in it, Elijah Wood's in it, Catherine Newton. So that was a great experience. But I don't know. I'm working with Hume Cronin. That was a highlight.
Do you know a friend of my wife's, Alex Castillo?
I recognize that name. Yeah.
She's pretty. She's really fun. She's my daughter's, one of her besties' mom. Anyway, she's an actress. I was just wondering if you may know her, because you guys know each other in the world, right?
I probably, as dumb as this sounds, I probably know her by face. You know what I mean? Like, the other thing that COVID did with not just the entertainment industry, but I know many industries, is that we used to, like, all the auditions were in person. You'd go to a casting house, you'd meet the casting director. If it was a bigger project and they were, it was at the callback stage, then you would have the director or producer in the room. But now all the auditions are self tapes, or they're like they're Zoom meetings.
Calls.
I don't do the Zoom auditions. I just do the self tapes because I don't like the Zoom auditions. I mean, it's great for this, but I mean, for auditions, I don't like it. And it's been nice not having to travel so much for your audition. But at the same time, and as you know, Chris, because you're a people person, you deal with people, and as you know, Frankie, being in business, it's a lot different when you're in the room with someone. When you can be like, eye to eye contact, as opposed to doing a Zoom audition. Because the frustrating thing about acting on the level with the Zoom or with the self tapes is that when you're in the room with a director or producer and you do the scene, he or she can look at you and say, you know what, Grant, I like that. I just want you to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Where you don't get that opportunity with a self tape.
And I'm sure there's also, when I asked about the person that you're meeting, you probably meet some other people when you're going in front face to face, like meet these actors. And now you're no longer meeting them, the people, you're not networking in the same way anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I could see that. I could see that. Interesting. So what's kind of the, I mean, you're 55. So what's the dream role, or did you write scripts? So is that up your alley?
I toyed around with that
No.
for a little bit, but I just didn't have
No.
the discipline to stick with it. You know, I admire, you know, those that can, you know, create work for themselves. I think that's a great thing. But as far as my goal, and as lame as this may sound, it's just to keep working.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's lots of, you know, perhaps dream type roles or whatever. But I'm just happy to, you know, I've been doing this since I was like in my late 20s, and it's just to be able to keep getting work is I'm happy with. Am I some, you know, big star? Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Am I a working actor?
Yeah, and which is great. And I say that's a lot of people too. I'm a salesman, and I say being a working salesman, just getting the jobs is the
Yeah.
fun and
Yeah.
enjoying your life, and like that's also good too. I agree, 100%,
100%. That's
100%.
awesome. That's awesome. Although you don't want to be a working marketing writer on a Cashy Lake minus one morning. Did you guys see those pictures that I posted?
Which one?
Yesterday morning. I was out on Cashy Lake with my buddy Mike Vitesse from GBS Contracting.
Okay.
We're doing his dockside photo shoot and interview, and we had to go on a boat out to an island in the cold morning.
Oh,
I was like, this would be great midsummer.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, it was
I
still
got to get
fun.
up there one of these days in next summer. I don't want to come up there in the cold.
No, you got to come up. We're gonna golf. You're gonna come up. We're gonna golf, and we're gonna go on the lake. That's it. That's all we need to do.
All right, I love it.
And Grant's gonna come hang out too.
Count me in.
All right, perfect. All right, you have any other questions for Grant, Frankie?
Well, lovely to meet you, Grant. And you know, if you could give us just for you know, for the audience, you know, a few of the movies that you're in or have been in, perhaps some of us can look at it. Then the next time we chat, I'll know better about your career. So if you could just rhyme a few off, that would
Well,
be awesome.
basically, we'll start with the Canadian television shows. Almost, I've probably had a guest lead or a part in almost, you know, any show that's filmed in Toronto, from like you know, Murdoch Mysteries to Suits to Hudson and Rex to, you know, to Flashpoint, all those type of shows. As far as films that you can check out, yeah, there's Dirty Work, there's Glitter with Mariah Carey, Angel Eyes with Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff. I mean, I don't mean to sound this way, but yeah, if you just Google my name and check it out on IMDb, there's a lot of shows there that you can catch up on, or go back and rewatch. A lot of them on, you know, Netflix and Prime and all that sort of thing. But and I also want to remind everyone that's listening to your podcast to check out Welcome to Derry. It just kicked off last week on HBO Max, and also on Crave as well.
Perfect.
Well, we are going to do that. We are going to Google that, and the you know, the listeners, please do that. Google who we have on and check them out, because we really vet the people who we have on before. And I know we always bring on some class acts, great actors. So it was so nice to meet you, Chris.
Pleasure.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on. And it was so nice to meet you. And I look forward to seeing this next film that you're the next show that you're working on. And
thanks so much.
Yeah, really great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Frankie. What's that?
I hope to see you in Muskoka with Chris.
Absolutely. And it's a pleasure to meet you as well, Frankie. And Chris, thank you so much for your continued support, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And Grant, Super Frankie, two of my favorite people in the world, getting them together, doing the podcast. I love this stuff. This is what we're all about. Frankie and I are always about building communities and building networks. That's what we're doing here. And so thanks everyone for listening. Tell your friends, join the community, follow us, like us, subscribe, whatever you need to do. And we're wherever you get your podcast, just like, you got to get on there and share it with your friends. The more listeners, we're getting more and more listeners. Our community is building, and we want you part of it. So get on board, okay, everybody?
Chris, don't forget to throw it to Maya, to throw it on the newsletter. Make sure 100%. She puts the full thing at the bottom, a little thing. Here's the podcast. Here's the links. Make sure she 100%. Does that.
I will.
All right, guys.
All right. Ciao, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and tell your friends about what we're doing so we can keep doing what we love to do. Peace out and one love.